For 37 years, the Waterfront Blues Festival has been one of, if not the premier event of the summer festival season in Portland. It brings thousands of patrons into downtown Portland to enjoy some of the top musicians in the nation and in some cases the world. However, especially since COVID, the festival has struggled financially, and there was even talk about it going away this year. But we will have a Waterfront Blues Festival in 2025 thanks to a new deal with the city and other partners and changes to the festival itself. I'm here with Christina Fuller of Fuller Events, which puts on the Waterfront Blues Festival, and Megan Conway, CEO of Travel Portland, one of the community partners which is supporting keeping the music going. And of course, I want to let you know that Coin is a major sponsor of the Waterfront Blues Festival. Welcome to Eye on Northwest Politics, both of you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Nice to see you.
Well, I'll start with you, Christina. How close were we to actually not having a Waterfront Blues Festival this year?
We were closer than we'd like to admit, and the good news is that we're here to say that the festival is back July 4th and 5th this coming summer. But since COVID, it's no surprise the landscape has been challenging for events and festivals. But through creativity and commitment this year, we're back.
Let's talk about the impact of the festival before we get into the changes and the partners that have helped you out. One of those partners is Travel Portland. Why did you feel it was important, Megan, in order to partner with the Blues Festival to keep the music going?
Yeah, I think as you know, the tourism office for the city, as we looked at what recovery looked like and what we needed to have happen each summer, last summer was really the first time that we saw our numbers go back to what they were before COVID. And a lot of that was driven by summer events, especially the Blues Festival. And we know that it's really critical to get that foot traffic downtown. It supports our businesses, our restaurants, but also hotel overnights, which is, part of the business that we're in. And we just know that we've got to have this event and this festival. And also having a 4th of July event in a city really is the kind of bread and butter of a summer festival, and we know that we have to see this come back this year.
There will be some changes to the festival this year as you look at a reset for future years. So how is the festival going to be different this year?
We are looking at 2 days, Friday, July 4th and Saturday, July 5th, perfectly timed for a holiday weekend. And we're going to focus on the bowl, the part that's really iconically visual to the Waterfront Blues Festival with the main stage. And so we're going to focus our energy on 2 days and focus our music down in the bowl. So it'll be a little bit abbreviated in terms of footprint and format, but the same full experience that folks are used to.
And 2 days, that's reducing the festival by about half. It's usually 4 days or 5 days, depending upon when July 4th happens. So how will this help you financially in order to keep it sustainable?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing, a few fewer days, which helps with overhead. It also minimizes risk. We always chase the 4th around in terms of day of the week since we're based around the holiday. So it's perfectly timed to actually lean into a Friday, Saturday festival based on trends we've seen in travel and actually how long folks want to be going to a festival. 4 days is a long time. So I think 2 to 3 days actually is the right spot. So this year with the way that the calendar worked, Friday, Saturday, 2 days will be really well situated to help us manage expenses as well and just find this sweet spot for how the attendee experience looks as well.
Is this a reset? Could there be in 2026 a different format, maybe more days, going back to more the way it was before? Or how do you see this change this year?
Yes, we see this year as a way to keep the momentum going of the festival, keep the brand alive, and make sure, as Megan said, that Portland has a July 4th celebration. We're starting planning for 2026 now for an expanded festival in terms of offering program, content, music, all things Portland. So we're really excited to that. There are many things that work really well for the Waterfront Blues Festival. So we'll pull those over to 2026. But we also have this unique opportunity right now to see what does Portland need, what does Oregon need in terms of an epic music festival and potentially culinary components expanded in 2026. And so this year is a way to stabilize and stay in place, stay in motion, make sure that we all have plans this July, and then get ready for 2026.
So this means that there'll be 2 days. There won't be a front porch or crossroads stage this year, correct?
Not as in previous years, correct.
All right. But we might see that come back sometime in the future.
You may find some music that you love on some of our stages. So just because the stage isn't there, the music may still be there.
Megan, let's talk about the importance of the Waterfront Blues Festival and other summer events to downtown Portland as we try to make our way back to a recovery.
Absolutely. I mean, as we look at last summer, it was really the first summer, as I was saying before, since the pandemic that we really saw our numbers and our occupancy in hotels increase, a lot of that due to festivals and events. So they are a critical backbone to a summer season and us really continuing to see that that kind of focus and drive in downtown. The 4th of July weekend, we also have the National Education Association coming to town, which is the largest convention that Portland has ever hosted. And we know those delegates are expecting and ready and excited about Blues Festival. It was part of the bid and part of the pitch that we gave them about the city. So being able to continue and have this really robust festival with fireworks and that feeling downtown is going to be really critical. But as you say, the summer season, as it extends, is critical. And we know Fuller Events works on other events as well. And they've seen and known what that foot traffic feels like and how vital it is to the city's recovery.
It wasn't just Travel Portland that got involved in saving the Waterfront Blues Festival. There were other partners as well, including the City of Portland and the Parks Bureau, which I understand is giving you a break on the fee for Waterfront Park, in addition to you not having to use it for 4 days, only 2 days here. So, Megan, I want to talk about the collaboration with the partners in order to try to save this. Did you folks talk to each other, or were you just talking to Christina about how to help?
I think all of us are looking at ways to really creatively lean in and figure out how public-private partnership can aid in the kind of last layers of recovery that our city really needs. The city has done a lot of work around, livability and issues around the city and how it looks and feels to be here. But those of us that can lean in and really make sure that we've got those experiences for people to enjoy when they're here, and whether that's for locals that we're trying to draw in from the surrounding region or it's overnight visitors that are coming from another market, we know that events are a draw. We know that it's critically important that we have some of these things go on, and we also know the cost and the kind of effects of the last couple of years have actually increased quite a bit. And we need to think about, as a lot of other cities are looking at, what is the model for supporting events in our city and how do we do that in collaboration?
And Prosper Portland was among those who have helped you out. Name all the players who helped you out with this situation here.
There's many folks, but folks that really showed up this year, I think when Megan was talking about the public-private partnership, Travel Portland, Travel Oregon, Prosper Portland, the City of Portland and Portland Parks, and Portland Metro Chamber all showed up in the same vein of support of realizing events and festivals are really important. These are critical. They require investment. I think for a long time, folks kind of expected that these things happen. And now post-COVID, we see the role that they play, both in terms of how we feel about the city that we live in and we love, but that it requires a strategy, and that strategy requires investment. And everybody was on the same page of figuring out creative ways to support the Waterfront Blues Festival this year, and more broadly talk about the role of festival and events for our city.
Well, speaking for Coin TV, which is the sponsor of the Waterfront Blues Festival, we are very happy that we are going to have one this year, and we'll be all down there introducing the acts and having fun like we always do. So thank you very much, Christina Fuller and Megan Conway, for being here and saving the Waterfront Blues Festival.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.